Um, so I'm trying something different today. So Wednesday normally is an upload day. I have filmed something this morning, but I won't have time to edit it together and upload it before 5 p.m. today. And I'm going away next week, so I'll make filming, editing, and uploading videos sort of this week and next week a bit tricky. So trying this instead to give me a bit of a buffer. What we're going to do today is program out the next block of training, so the next 6 weeks. You see what I've got on screen now is basically my template that I'm going to use. So basically the format of what I'm going to be lifting and when. Don't actually know whether this is live or not. Let me update YouTube, see what it says. Um, let's have a gander. Should be live. Before I have to repeat myself, because it's all cocked up. Just say it's streaming. Your channel. Okay. Right, sorry about that. So what I've got out is basically what I plan on doing each day. So my job is I'm a firefighter. So that means that I have a work schedule of 2 days, 2 nights, and then 4 days off. So what that means is the first 2 days, so day one, day two. So day one is pre-night shift, so should be feeling pretty fresh. I try and do that as a quite heavy day. So front squats, I'll go through that bit in a bit more detail. But the snatches and the clean and jerks, that'll be a heavy day for my snatches and clean and jerks. Um, Day two is between night shifts, so there's a chance that I will be absolutely knackered by that point. So the plan for that is for it to be a bit of a steadier day. Um, so the back squats probably won't be as heavy. The snatches will be for skill, and then a bit of accessories afterwards. Day three is also after a night shift, but I know that I'm going to have a proper night's sleep after that, so I can push a little bit harder. Um, so the clean and jerks they get put in then because they're a bit heavier, a bit more taxing, and then I've also got some pulls in there as well. Then day four is kind of that in between day, so that's my first full kind of day off. So not going off for the night, don't have anything before the next day. So having back squat, snatches, and a bit of leg accessories. Day five will be sort of my second heavy day in the week. So clean pulls and then back to doing snatch and clean and jerks in the same day, um, which is a little bit heavier uh, to try and maintain my skill cap at those heavier weights, and then finish the week off with a bit of a lighter, squatty, clean and jerky day with some back accessories, that might be lower back or upper back. That's what we're about to build out and find out what we're going to do. So I'm going to program out for 6 weeks. So the 6 week layout is going to be 4 days that are kind of reasonably, 4 weeks that are gradually progressing, getting heavier and heavier. A deload week, and then the sixth week would be a max out week, so a heavy week. Um, so basically, what we've just done previously is a strength cycle following that kind of format. So this is going to be a a power cycle. So transitioning out of the strength phase, we're going to start going into the power phase to try and build up basically a bit of speed under the bar, moving the bar as quickly as possible, and developing that skill overall. So what I'll do is I will duplicate this all the way along so that we've got 6 weeks, and I'll rename that from all the copies. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks worth there, and we'll rename them. Whatever rename is week 1, not week 12. So you have to excuse me. I'm not a master of Google Sheets, so if I'm slow and sloppy, I do apologise. It's not my forte. 4, 3, 5, deload, and then leave 6 minus happens. So I may at some point try and figure out how I can get these out, so you can have basically a free copy of this and follow along with me if you want. But I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, this is also I need to remember all my key bindings to make sure I do this right. So front squats, the plan is, so I'm squatting 4 times a week. I've written that out wrong. Bollocks. I mean, we're going to have to change it on each one. So that should be front squat day. And that should be back squats. Right. I just have to remember to change that and everyone after that. So squatting 4 times a week. The squat format is sort of heavy front squats, light back squats, light front squats, heavy back squats. That's the format that I try and follow in the squats. So the heavy front squats start of the week, you've just come off of a rest period. For me, it's a 2-day rest period. So pushing the front squats feels quite good. Gets the legs moving, but it's not quite as maximal as doing the back squats. So I like to have that at the start. Then lighter back squats the next day. So building up a bit more volume. And then light front squats again. They'll probably follow the similar format. And then heavy back squats because I know I've got a rest day afterwards. So I know I've got 2 rest days after, so I can push the weights a little bit on that last day. So the format that we're going to try and follow is 3x3, or 3x5, sorry. So 3 lots of 5, and percentages we're going to start at around about 80. Don't push it. About 80%. So 3x3 at 80%. Nothing complicated, but the focus for it is speed. So when I'm doing the front squats, the goal is for it to be speed focused. So working on trying to get out the hole as fast as possible. The light work is where I'm going to throw in a few different variations of the squat. So it might be box squats, banded squats, 1 1/4 squats, things like that. So it'll be lighter, but it'll be trying to focus on a specific thing that we're trying to develop in the squat. So we're going to start off with some pause squats on the back squats. So pause squats, and don't know where we start. So we might do, we'll do 3 lots of 4. So again, like I said, the goal isn't to be heavy, so we're going to do them at 70%. So it's nothing too extreme, but the goal is speed again. So everything that we're doing, the focus is speed. Focus is trying to stand up out of the hole as quickly as possible. So when we're doing this work, we're not trying to do it as heavy as possible for loads of sets. We're trying to do it for a few sets, but trying to move as quickly as possible. So we're going to follow the same format. Let's do that. So we're going to do that for these, and that for the, oh shit. There we go. So doing everything squat wise the same through the week. So the front squats and the back squats mirror each other. I like doing this because it simplifies things. I think programming a lot of time people can get quite carried away and do it with the idea of almost trying to make it as complicated as possible to try and, I don't know, outperform the next person. But complexity is not the answer to improvement. It's doing the simple stuff and doing it well. So 3 lots of 5, that's not meant to say 3 lots of 5, that's the wrong way around. That's meant to be 5 lots of 3. Confusing myself there. 5 lots of 3. There we go. Choice of doing it live, you get to see all my cock-ups and how I correct it. Yeah, so the goal is simplicity throughout this. We're not trying to make things difficult. The pulls, again, the same. We're not trying to make them difficult, we're trying to simplify things. The goal for the pulls is positional strength. So they don't need to be heavy, they don't need to be rushed, they just need to be good snatches. So we'll do 4 lots of 3, because I like 4 lots of 3. It's not too many reps. But then what I will also do is build to a 4. Don't know, I capitalised the T, but not the V. So build to a comfortable heavy at the end. So I do 4 lots of 3 at there, because that brings up a load of emails. 4 lots of 3 at probably 95, oh, I don't know again, 95% of your snatch. So heavy, but not super duper heavy. Room to build up on through the weeks. The pulls, and again, I'm not overcomplicating it. Not overcomplicating it, keeping it simple. The pulls, they're probably the least power orientated thing. So that's probably the thing that's dipping more into strength as we go through this. So working on the pulls, we're trying to work on consistency and movement positioning throughout. So now we'll start fleshing out the Olympic lifting. We've done the easy bit now. We've done the squats, and the strength sort of stuff. So now we'll get into the Olympic lifts. So my plan is for this to be a power day. So power snatches and power cleans and push jerks, and then this to be a squat day. Oh, not that one, sorry. I'm going off of what the previous program laid out. This day is going to be squat snatches and squat clean and jerks. So the whole point around that is we're doing power to help build up speed, and power snatches and power cleans and push jerks are a great way to do that. But I still want to maintain that skill set of being able to get under a bar. So it'll follow the same thing. So we'll have a squat snatch day here. And a power snatch day there. Then I'm going to do the same. So squat, clean and jerk. Then power, clean and jerk. So that way we're still working the squat, the full range of motion, but it means we've got a little bit of variety in what we're focusing on as we go through. So this is where I show, like, I haven't pre-planned this. I am trying to think this out as we go along. Well, keep just pressing shift to go down a line, but that's not how Sheets works. So the format that I like to try and do is base it off of, so some of the stuff I'll base off of my 1 rep max, some of the stuff I'll base off of my opening weights that I want to try and hit. And by doing that, the goal is to try and build some consistency in what I'm going to open with. So when it gets to competition time, I'm not just going, oh, I don't know what weight I should do. I can be like confidently, like I can guarantee that I'm going to hit this amount of weight no matter what. I know I'm saying this at this point, when in reality, what I'll do is I'll use the second heavy day in the week as that point. So we'll flesh that out now. Why not, whilst we're here? So what I like to do is try and build consistency. So we'll start off, and the plan is to say that my opener for the snatch is going to be 125 kilos. So on this page, I've just got a list of PBs laid out, ready to go. But what I'll do is open this. We'll say it's 125, and then open and see point J. They're going to do 155. So what you'll notice is I'm being ambitious. So last competition, these were my maxes, but we've improved since then, and the plan is for our maximum at the previous competition to be our minimum at the next competition. So no matter what, I beat this number. Remember, the goal is a 300 kilo total by sort of the middle of the year, basically by British Champs. I don't think I'm going to qualify for British Champs, and unfortunately I can't do another competition between now and the end of the qualifying period, so I probably won't go into British Champs, but that's okay. By that time, I want to know that I could have gotten a 300 kilo total. So that is what we're sort of programming towards. So if we're working off of that being my total, the goal is consistency. So I want to do 3 snatches at opening weights. So the goal isn't to go and build to a max, the goal is to build consistency. Ah, sake. That's why it's not for children, I can't not swear. So the goal is consistency. So what we're looking for is trying to work on building consistency at these weights. If I can hit 3 snatches and 3 clean and jerks at those weights consistently, it means that when I get to competition day, I should then consistently be able to hit my opener and have potential to lift more afterwards. If at this point I can't do 3 snatches at 125 or 3 clean and jerks at 155, then when I get to competition, I'm going to struggle to do my opener and then proceed on from that point. Well, that's why we're trying to build in that consistency at this early stage. So what will happen throughout the program, so by week sort of 4, that end of the cycle before we go for a max, we're going to hopefully aim to get sort of doubles at these weights. So you know when you're lifting that you can hit these comfortably the whole way through. So we'll go back to the starts and powers. We're going to start off with doing more reps and then reduce that as the cycle goes through. So our power snatches, I still want them to be heavy, so we'll do 3 by 3 at 85% power. Max 85% on power. So yeah, I'll stick with that. So again, I'm going off the principle that we've just come off of a strength phase. So I am feeling strong at the moment. So working from that strength phase, as I develop on, doing the 85 3x3 shouldn't feel too bad. It should be reasonably comfortable, but be challenging on the last 2 sets. The clean and jerks I'm going to do slightly differently. So I want to focus on the jerk a little bit more. So the clean jerks, we're going to do 3 lots of 1 power clean, 2 quick jerks. So again, going to do this 85%. Conveniently, my max power clean and max clean are both 160 kilos, so it's quite easy to just do the percentages and I don't have to write that out. But yeah, again, the whole point of this is building up strength and speed. So the percentages are higher, but they're a weight that we can move reasonably comfortable. So that's pretty much day 1 sorted. So day 1 I like to keep nice and simple, but it is quite heavy. So heavy squats, heavy snatches, heavy clean and jerks, done. From there, we'll move on to day 2. So we're going into some squat snatches. So the squat snatches, what we shall do is have a think about it. So if we're working on speed, then I want to try and do quite a bit of hip pocket work. So we've got the snatch pulls in, so working the full snatch pull and full clean. So that means we can kind of get away with doing a little bit of stuff either off the blocks or in the hang position. So what I will do is I'll go 1 block snatch, 1 block snatch, 1 pocket snatch, and we would do 6 sets over 70%. So giving the option of over 70% means that the first set I will start at 70%. So it's going to be first set is at 70%. From there, it's day dependent. If I feel good on that particular day, it means that we can gradually build up and progress a little bit more. If I get to 70% and it's feeling a bit rough, I then have the option to go, well, you know what, maybe not today. We'll stick at 70% and we'll just do some good sets at that. I like doing that over RPE because you have a bit more freedom. I think RPE can be a bit inconsistent. So you might be having a rough day and you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this super duper light and it's still going to feel like an RPE 8. And then you kind of selling yourself a little bit short. Whereas with this, I know even if I'm feeling rubbish and it feels super duper heavy at 70%, I'm still going to gain benefit from it because it's over 70%. So it's still over a challenging weight. We'll build out the accessories later on because I like doing that separately. So we'll move on to our squat, clean and jerk day. So we're going to throw in the split jerks. And because in the power phase, or in the first day, we're only doing, like I'm pointing like you can see where I'm pointing. Well, that's that way. Yeah, that way for you lot. It's actually quite there, yeah, that kind of points on it. Yeah, so on the first day, we're focusing more on the jerks. So on the second day, I'll focus more on the cleans, just to add in that bit of variety. So we'll do 1 clean, 2 clean. No. So just having a think. So we could do, I don't know. So in my head, I'm thinking that we could do a day of cleans and then a day of jerks, which I know works out quite nicely. People like doing that. what I find is I like doing the two together because you're always going to do the two together. And we've got our shoulder accessories that we'll program out later, so developing shoulder strength. We've got our leg accessories and our back accessories, so we're building up individual things around it. So we'll stick with doing everything together. What we might do is I'll make a note, and when we program out the next 6 week block after this, then I might try and mix things up a bit and do it as a bit of clean specific and then jerk specific phase. So I'll stick with one clean, two hand cleans, one split jerk for now, and then we're going to copy this format. So we're going to copy the 6 lots, over 70%. I like doing 6 lots. I think it's enough to start get into the heavy sets without form starting to break down. If you're doing more than that, I find form starts to break down a little bit. Currently I'm not in a volume stage, so when I reset completely, get out of the skill stage and develop the next sort of full block, I will start with a bit of a volume stage where I'll add in a lot more, so it'll be more of a GPP phase, but for now we're not in that phase, so we can get away with doing slightly less sets and just focusing on good form. Sorry about that, getting messages on WhatsApp. Right. So, next, power snatches. Oh, rubbing it. So, we've done our snatches from the blocks. So these ones we will do from the floor. We've already done power snatches heavy earlier on in the week. So what I would do is one muscle. There we go. One muscle snatch. And then because it's a muscle snatch, you're a bit limited. So I like doing a bit of a different format. So muscle snatches, you are performing maximally for speed, but you're not necessarily performing super duper heavy. So the load on your body isn't that much. So instead of doing a percentage, what we'll do is we'll build to a heavy for the day, and then drop 5%, drop 10%. So how this format works with the muscle snatch into power snatch is we can build up for the day, and when we are building up and doing this format, I like to try and encourage doing small incremental jumps. So you're not doing big jumps to get to your maximum for the day. You're doing small jumps to gradually find that peak, and then whatever you got to, take off 5%, do another set, take off 10%, do another set. So you're building in a lot of volume on the way up, and you still got 2 or 3 heavy sets afterwards to progress on from. But then last Olympic lifting day is our power clean and jerk day. Oh, again, my amazing Google Sheets skills. So at the start of the week, we've got our heavy day. Where am I? Oh, I've made a boo boo. Oh no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Sorry, I'm getting lost. I'm getting lost. I'm a simple person. I get lost very easily. Um, so our power clean and jerk day. So in terms of what we've done cleans wise, we've done our power clean, 2 push jerks, and then we've done our 1 clean, 2 hand cleans, 1 split jerk. So quite a lot of volume that heavy. So we'll transition into doing a bit more of volume on the shoulder to overhead. So we will do 1 power clean, 1 jerk, 1 split jerk. Nice and simple. Again, like I said, the goal isn't to be complicated. We're not trying to be the fanciest people in the world in programming. Simple programming is effective programming. So one power clean, one push jerk, one split jerk. I personally am a split jerker, but developing the skill of being able to push jerk is very important for your overhead stability overall, in my opinion. I think it helps you build a very vertical dip and drive, and then it also helps you stabilize the bar overhead because you don't have that forwards and backwards movement overhead. It's very important to make sure that we build strength and stability overhead. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make my head slightly bigger. So I do go talking. Where are we? Little scroll line. There we go. You can still see everything. Wonderful. And then again, I'm going to follow this format. Nice and simple. Basically, just gradually building up our overhead strength and stability and power. So, next thing we need to build out is our accessory work. So, day one, heavy day, I'm not doing any accessories with it. What I will do after that session though, which doesn't get programmed in, is quite a bit of stretching. So the first day, because coming off of 2 rest days, you might feel a bit tight. I'll do my heavy stuff, loosens me off, but afterwards try and make sure I keep nice and limber by doing a decent amount of stretching afterwards. Second day, we're going to do shoulder accessories. So shoulder accessories that I like to do, go upside down, parallel, grip, press is always the go-to. Don't know why I've decided to catalyse all of that. Upside down kettlebell strict press. What I will also do is some, I'm going to say ring dip holds. What I might do actually is some strict handstand push-ups. Because I like doing them. And they're a great way to build strength in the shoulders. And what else? I like doing 3 movements. 3 movements gives you a bit of variety. The whole point for me when I'm doing accessories is I like to say accessories are the boring bit. If you can enjoy doing the boring bit, makes the whole process a lot easier. So I try and throw in movements that I enjoy doing, but I know will help me. So the upside down kettlebell strict press, massive one. Really good for your shoulders, great for stabilisation, building up the little muscles in your shoulder, and just help build in stabilisation. Strict handstand push-ups, just good strength builders overall. If you struggle with them, then you need to work on that shoulders to overhead strength, don't you? So, got the upside kettlebell strict press. What we'll do is we'll add in some banded rows. So you may be thinking, oh, thanks. Banded rows. That is a back movement. It is, but it's an upper back movement that helps support the shoulders. Your ability to pull your shoulders back is very important, especially in the overhead position. So by developing that pull at the same time, helps with your shoulder to overhead, helps with your shoulder positioning. So we'll do 8, not start, 8 each side. That's what that means. 8 and 8. And we'll just do it 3 times through. So again, simple stuff, not very complicated. This is just a bit of a finisher to help build up some shoulder strength. Legs. Here you go. Cross-arm squats. And 5 rows. And reloaded. Right. So, cross-leg squats, great single leg strength, but also for opening up the hips. The open and close the gates, so basically just lifting your leg up and over something, I find really good for my hips. I do struggle a little bit with hip pain, which I've significantly improved since starting the Olympic weightlifting. I was mildly worried that it'd get aggravated and get worse and worse and worse as it was going on, but no, I managed it quite well, and it's actually significantly better than it was. And the open and closing the gates have helped, and so have loaded hip glides. So a little thing I picked up off of watching Sonny Webster video, but they've come in really handy for me overall. So we'll go 6 each side to each of these. So 6. Will fall quite nicely. Oops. And then again, master of forgetting to do simple things times 3. So that is nice and simple. Again, that's the goal. Simple, easy to do, nothing complicated. That's what gets you better. Not doing really complicated, really fancy things. We want everything to be nice, easy, simple stuff that you know when you get into the gym, you're going to do, you're not going to complain about. So last day, a bit of back work. So we'll do back extensions. Good mornings. And one other movement. So we'll do bent over rows. So the bent over rows, I'll give sort of freedom of choice. So, well, just lost 2 viewers in one go. And bent over rows, dumbbells or barbell, doesn't really matter. I understand why you want to watch this. A bit boring, but it's content for today because I don't have time to make a video. So this is what you're getting instead. 40 minutes now, pretty much at this point, of me rambling on about this stuff. If you do fancy commenting, we can have a chat at the same time. So back extensions. I like these. We've got GHD in the garage. Back extensions. If I can't do the back extensions, I'll do Nordic curls instead. So if I'm at the gym, there's no GHD, I'll do Nordic curls. But if I have the option, I will do back extensions instead because I quite like them. We got 8, 8, and 8. I'm not a bodybuilder. Never planned on being a bodybuilder. This isn't to get huge. This is to maintain. Right, the plyos, I give myself a bit of free rein on these. So we'll have one working on broad jump. So jumping for distance and one jumping for height. So with the plyos, again, we're in a power phase, we're in speed and power, that is the goal. So with the plyos, the plan isn't to like make them really difficult and make it a challenge. I don't know what I'm talking about. The goal is to have them in as a bit of fun, but also to work on some explosive speed. So got them in a snatch day, and then on the sort of second heavy day of the week, this point, I'll appreciate jumping on some high things. I like doing plyometric work. I really enjoy it, so that's why I like throwing it in there. And that's why it's there. But I like it because I can give myself some freedom. So that is week 1 laid out. So I'm happy with all that. So what we can do from here, this is where things get made slightly easier, is I will copy and paste this onto each week, or at least the first 4 weeks. We'll figure out our deload week after that point. And then we can start making the changes. So, week 2 on the back squats, we're going to go the front squats, or the squats in general. Keeping it simple. So the reps stay the same. We're adding 5%. It's quite a big jump to start off with. We're going to change our pause back squats to box squats instead. I'm going to up the percentage slightly. We're 80%. We're quite heavy on the box squats because they are fun variation. And the front squats, we're going to do 1 and 1/4 squats. So down, stand up. We'll carry on with 4 reps of them because that's probably enough. Change that. You changed. Yeah, so these days I add in a bit of variety to make the squats more fun, but to build in different skills. These days stay consistent. These are our challenging days. That's why they're furthest apart. That's after 2 rest days. That's after no squats the day. Well, a bit of a heavy lifting day, but no squats the day before. And you've got a rest day afterwards. So we can push the weights a little bit on these. These 2 sets of squats, we've got them there as our sort of skill work. And what I'm going to do with the pulls is we're going to pump them up to 100%. And then again, we'll keep the builds comfortably heavy afterwards. So now with these, why I like to just copy and paste everything over is I'm going to keep the same accessories the whole way through. It makes life simple. Again, simple training is the best training. So these will stay the same the whole way through. Plyo jumps will stay the same the whole way through. And these will change slightly. So by just copy and pasting everything over, it means that we can quickly work on stuff. Oh, if you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. We can have a little chat through the comments. If you have any questions about programming, I will quite happily help. If you've got any advice to give me, it's always appreciated. So, our heavy power snatch day. So what we'll do is we're going to bring down the reps, so 3 lots of 2. And we're only going to go a little bit, so 87.5%. Our power clean 2 push jerks, I'm going to keep the same, but I'm going to increase the amount of push jerks. Okay, so reps have gone down slightly for this. Because of that, I will also add in an extra set, but the weight's gone up slightly. Our power clean 3 push jerks, staying the same, the weight's going up. No, it's not. The weight's staying the same, the reps are going up. Obviously, I pay attention to my own programming. So, our next one is our full snatches. So we did 1 block snatch, 1 hip pocket snatch the week before. Another reason why I absolutely love doing this way is I know what I've done through each week, so everything can change slightly. So what we'll do is I'm going to ditch the hip pocket and we're just going to do 2 block snatches over 70%. So again, keeping it simple. Squat, clean and jerk. So our focus is more cleans than jerks because our second day in the week is more jerk focused than the clean focus. So we do 1 clean, 2 hand cleans, 1 split jerk. What we'll do is we'll do one of my favourite complexes. We'll do 2 cleans, 1 jerk. We'll do this one push jerk. And then 1 clean, 1 split jerk. Again, not changing this. This is a really good format for gauging instead of doing RPE. I like having 70% as your minimum, and it's up to you whether you're heavier or lighter. Our muscle snatch day, what we'll do, we'll keep the same format. We're going to do 2 power snatches after. That's nice and simple. This we're going to do the same. So we're going to keep that the same. So this is working on opener consistency. So the 3 snatches at opening weight, 3 clean jerks opening weight, based off of what we do or what you aim to do in competition. Then last day, 1 count, 1 power clean, 1 push jerk, 1 split jerk. This is meant to be jerk focused. So we'll keep the power clean the same and we'll add in a split jerk at the end. Then the rest of it can stay the same. Nice and simple. So now, I'll copy this over. I know I've already copied it over here from the first day. But again, makes remembering it a little bit easier than what you've done the week before instead of having to chop and change. So our front squats going up to 90%. So we're getting heavy now on the front squats and back squats. Doing that 5% increase each week. So I think well, I just do a quick calculation on my calculator. Let me bring it up on here. I'll call it Judy. So my max front squat is not 172, it's 170 kilos. Times that by 0.9 equals 153 kilos. So it's heavy, it is very heavy, but definitely doable. If I learn how to use a calculator, 170 times 0.95, we're 161.5 kilos. So by the end of, basically by week 4, the end of our heavy sets, that'll be our top set if we follow on the format, which is definitely doable, which I am happy with. So our changes to our back squat are light back squat day. So we did pause squats the first week. I'm going to highlight that. Pause squats the first week, box squats the second week. Third week we will do landed squats. And we'll do 3 reps, we're going to do more sets. I think I'm going to do more sets than the previous week. Might need to go back and change that. So we're going to do 5 sets. So again, a bit more volume. So this, I'm going to change from that to that. So the reason why I'm doing 3s is, again, not in a strength phase, in a power phase. So 3 reps, I can maintain speed out the hole. 5 reps, we start losing speed out of the second 2 reps. And it defeats the purpose of what we're aiming for. Oh, bollocks, what did I just do? I have to break it. I'm panicking. I'm panicking. Pressing buttons. Right, front squats, we're going to go back to pause squats. Bit of a limit on what you can kind of do for variety on front squats. So we're going to do 4 lots of 3. But we're going to up the percentage to 75%. And they're going to add in a caveat of 3 second pause. So give you a bit more consistency of what you're aiming for. Worry about that a little bit. So that's fine, that's fine. So clean pulls. So now we're going to drop the reps down to 2. And then we're going to go up to 105%. Drop the reps down to 2. Go to 105%. Oh, at 50 minutes. Doing well. Well done for sticking this out with me. We're nearly there. So that is our strength stuff covered. Like I said, accessories are staying the same. Right. This is our heavy day for our power snatches. So first week, what do we do? 3 by 3 at 85%. Second week, we've done 4 by 2 This week we will go up to 90%. We're up 92.5% of the power snatch. 4 lots of blocks. So very heavy, but definitely doable. 1 power clean to 3 push jerks. So this now, I'm just going to do 1 and 1, and we're going to go heavier. So we're going to do 90%. And then the last week we can go up heavier than that, so we can go up to like 95% for the last week. So we're rather heavy. So we've done a 2, a 3, and then back down to a 1, which should feel reasonably comfortable after doing those sets. Right. So then this one, we're going to change to bang snatches. So week 1, we did a combination of 2, so 1 block, 1 hip pocket. Week 1? Week 2, we did 2 block snatches. Week 3, we did 2 hang snatches. No, it's not hip pocket, but we're going to go from the hang. We're on clean and jerk day. So again, this is clean focused, not jerk focused. Our jerk focused day is over here. I have to keep reminding myself so I don't cock anything up. We'll keep the 2 cleans in and 1 push jerk. And we'll get rid of this split jerk at the end. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do 2 cleans, 1 front squat. Squat down. Yeah, happy with that. So again, same format. I like to keep everything nice and simple. So 6 lots over 70%. Oh, we're getting there. We're nearly there. Oh, right. Muscle snatch day. Do 1 muscle snatch, 2 power snatches. You know what? We're going to ditch the muscle snatch then and just do build to a heavy 3 power snatch. Drop 5%, drop 10%. Yeah. What are we doing here? Power snatch, 4 lots of 1. Rose front squat's not too heavy. Yeah, we'll go for that. We'll see how that goes. That might need tweaking later on, but for now I'm happy with that. Again, simple is better. We're not trying to overcomplicate things. I don't want to make things too fancy. The next cycle, the next chunk after this, where we go into skill, then things might get a bit fancier. We might start throwing in some odd elements, like snatch balances. I know they're not odd, but different, because we'll be building on skill. But for now, we're just working on power, speed and power. Right, now we're going to change this. So I just want 2, but I want 2 by 2. 2 by 2. That's not what I want. What I want for this, I want 2 cleans, 1 jerk, and 1 lap twice. So 2 lots of 2 cleans, 1 jerk. And what I'll do is I'll flip that next week. So it'll be 1 clean, 2 jerks, but the snatches will stay as a double. And the snatches will stay as a double, but we'll do them for 3 sets. So that'll be 6 snatches over or at opening weight. Now I can do that, then can definitely do more weight on the snatch. That is the thinking. That is the game plan. Got to challenge ourselves. Our jerk specific day. One power clean, one push jerk. I'm going to change that to one power clean, three push jerks. Yeah, makes sense. So then, we move on to our last sort of heavy day before we move into our funky days. Don't worry, I'll pre-populate some of that so it's not so daunting. Right, like I said, this is simple, this is easy, we just go up by 5%. So each week we've gone up by 5%. So we started at 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, just had to check something. But that's very simple. What we'll do is we'll go full circle with these. There we go, core squats. But that's 10% heavier than what we started them at. So that will be challenging. That'll be a heavy, heavy day. Then I know what I want to do for that, so I'm just going to write it out now. So snatch pulls, we're going to do that, and that. There we go. So snatch pulls, 4 lots of 1 at 110%. You know, by the time I finish this live stream, it might be exactly 5 o'clock, and then I've nailed it basically of what I wanted to do, which would be good. Right. Sorry, getting distracted. Where are we? Here. This is where we are. So we'll go back to doing the 1 and 1/4 squats. 1 and 1/4. Ooh, what weight did I do them on? Here, 70%. 3 lots of 4, that's the wrong way around. That is meant to be 4 lots of 3. I think. Yeah, change that. What percentage was that again? 70%. So we'll do what we did. Back squats, and we'll bump that up by 10%. So we're making that quite a bit heavier than it is the first time around. But again, we've had this would be the 4th week of doing squats, so you should be feeling quite comfortable by that point. We've done you, done you, done you, done you, done you, done you. Right. Okay. So these we're going to build to a snatch, and then build to a heavy power lean. Sure. Oh, that all fits in the box. Wonderful. So this is our heavy day for our powers, and it's the 4th week. So we're not going to test these as a max out on the max out week. We're going to test these at the end of this cycle. The max out week, the focus will be to max out on back squat, front squat, snatch, clean and jerk, all on separate days. So you get an individual test of each one. So by doing this, doing the max power snatch and the max clean and jerk, I'm building to sort of a combined total max, which has its own benefits, which you saw in one of the previous videos if you watched it, where we had best lifting day of my life. PB me snatching at 160 kilo clean and jerk. So this won't be as heavy as that because it's powers, or theoretically it shouldn't be as heavy as that. If the power cycle works really well, then it might be the same, and we'll power snatch what we full snatched in 4 weeks. I don't think I'm that good at programming though. but we'll have to wait and see. So from there, we can carry on doing the light snatches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one block snatch, 2 hang snatches. Wonderful. That sounds good to me. Nice and simple. It's what we're going for. 2 cleans, 1 front squat, 1 push jerk. Which the clean, and I'll just keep it as 1 clean, 1 front squat, 1 push jerk. And that way we can go slightly heavier with it. Challenge ourselves a little bit. So we'll start slightly heavier as well. We'll do only slightly. We'll start 75%. Building up over 6 sets, you can end up quite heavy. So we'll only start a little bit heavier. So we've already built to the max power snatch over here. So what I will do is we're going to mix this up and we're going to build to a heavy which is snap. Oh, bollocks. And then we shall do 4 lots of 1 power. Yeah. Oh my god, that's cold to go. That way. So we'll build to a heavy for the muscle snatch, and then whatever weight you get to on that, we'll then do 4 lots of 1 rep power snatching at that weight. So that should be a reasonably comfortable weight because again, the limiting factor is your muscle snatch, which is not going to be as much as what you can power snatch. It's going to be significantly less. Right, so this, we want to do 3 lots of 2, and then we're going to do 1 clean, 2 jerks. So the previous week we focused on the clean, this week we focused on the jerk, but we're going to do more snatches before. We've already thought about that. So, last lot, power cleans and push jerks. We're going to do the same format as what we're thinking over here, where the goal will be to build. Sorry. The goal will be to build a bit heavier. So we're carrying on the theme of this being the heaviest week so far. So we'll do 1 power snatch, 1 push jerk. No, we'll do 1 power snatch, 1 split jerks. Got a lot of push jerks going on. And we'll start slightly heavier. So the goal will be to end up quite heavy. But again, the whole point of these days where we've got the 6 lots over whatever percentage, the whole point of them is not to be super duper heavy. It's to gauge how you're feeling on the day and give yourself the best chance of getting the most out of that session, not doing shit lifts. Right. Then this stays the same. Right, we're going to do max out week first. So this is where things get changed up a bit. Yeah. So we're going to do max back squat at the end. That kind of messes that up slightly. I'm going to change you around. So this is the first week where we rejig slightly. We get rid of you. We're going to put you there. It's front squat clean pull. And then we'll have max snatch at the start of the week. And you can max clean and jerk. We will be doing lifts in between these. This is just so I can get my head around when we're maxing out on things. So we're going to max out on the snatch, the front squat, the clean pull, clean and jerk, snatch pull, the back squat. Do I want to change these 2 rounds? So do I want to put you? This is the joys of figuring out as you go. So trying to figure out what is going to be the best way to do what. What's going to fatigue me the most? Snatch is going to fatigue you the least. Front squat, maybe second least. Probably, well, the snatch pull is probably, I don't know actually. I think I'll probably end up heavier with the snatch pull than the front squat. Not sure. So, usefully. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. Just so I can see more clearly what's going on. Right. Well, right, we're officially over an hour. We're an hour and 7 minutes. Bloody hell. It's a long live stream. Shows how long it takes to flesh out a program. And I can't even say this is like the best program in the world. This is just what I think will work best for me over the next 6 weeks. Once I've tested it all out, made any changes that need changing, then I'll try and offer it out as a free download if anybody wants it, because I'm nice like that. I'm not make you pay for it. It's evil. No, won't do that. Nuts. So, gotta make these decisions. So the back squat is the most taxing, but we're putting one of the least taxing things before it's the snatch pull. It's these 2 that I don't know which way around. I might change these 2 rounds. So I might go and put you here and put you here. There we go. So done. So max snatch, max front squat, max clean and jerk, max clean pull, max snatch pull, max back squat. We'll slot in other things around it to fill out the week. We won't have strength on these 2 days, which I think anyway. No, it doesn't follow that, but hey ho. I may add in, I'm not going to put in any extra squats here, but I may add in some extra squats here. Nah, probably won't. So, Olympic lip squats, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? You know what? I might stop that live stream there, and we might come back to doing doing the deloads another time, or I might just do them in my spare time when I get a chance. So we've programmed the first 4 weeks of the next 6 weeks. So the goal that I've been saying the whole time is power. So everything that we're doing is to try and develop speed and power with getting load from the floor to above your head. I will probably make some changes as I go along. I might not do, but chances are I probably will make some changes. And at the end of it, once I've made it all the way through the 6 weeks, I will try and put together everything in a little PDF or something like that that can then be viewed and downloaded by anyone if they want to have a go at following along with my program. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a comment, like, follow, or it's not follow, it's subscribe. I don't know why I said follow. I do YouTube more than anything. Hit the subscribe button. I know it's a bit different doing a live stream instead of uploading a video, very different to what my normal content has been, but I think I quite like trying to do some live streams every now and then. I think it's a good idea. Might live stream some of my training sessions as well at some point, but we'll see. If you did enjoy, like I said, like, comment, all that jazz. If you made it this far, well done. And hopefully we'll have a video out. What day are we on? Wednesday. We'll have a video out on Sunday. Nice one. Right. Speak to you soon.